Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Agrarian Skies. So this is a skyblock map and it's a collaboration between Jaded Cat and there's Morvy and Dusk, VSWE and Scott and a whole group of crazy modders and yeah, all kinds of people. And they've all come together and it's created Agrarian Skies, which is a skyblock map with a hardcore quest system. So you start off with 2 lives, you can get more lives through questing, and if you die, that's the end of the game. What else to say? Oh yeah, you do these quests and then we'll be running through the quest book as we go. So how does this thing work? Well, you take something like an oak sapling and you take your bone meal and then you grow a tree at some point. Come on, tree grow. There we go. So, quest book. Using your book. So, craft a wooden plank. This is the first type of quest, so we're just going to do that and we are going to craft a wooden plank. And that gives us an apple and a pick of splintered dreams. So let's talk about apples, shall we? If you run out of hams, you die. There's no slowly losing health. That's it. You're dead. So do not run out of food. Eat anything. Rotten meat, the maggots, whatever. Just don't die. Because if you die, you could potentially lose all of your stuff if it falls over the edge, because down there is the void. Shift is very useful on this sort of stuff. Right. Second type of quest is the the consume quest. So you do not get the items back when you submit them. So when we do a manual submit, we've got that in our inventory, so that's now been submitted. Hit claim reward and you get your reward, which is the quest delivery system. Last but not least, to use your quest delivery system. So the quest delivery system is a way of automating your quest submissions. So there are some things, for example sewage, you need to create a lot of it and you pipe it into your QDS with it keyed to the quest, and then that will slowly start to complete it. So in the case of this one, oak wood planks, we submit it, you put a hop from the top, you select the task, right click, so that's bound that to the QDS, submit it, and then that's done. Then you have to give back the hopper. Like so, and just manually submit it, and you get a reward. So, full heart, yes, right click that, eats the heart, and you get an extra life, which is good. Reward bag. You get a random reward depending on the type of the bag. So one time I got fireworks, for example. This time I've got a writing pick. That might be useful. I'll put it into my box of many useful things. Right, so on we go. So now I guess I'm just going to get started doing this stuff. I'm going to do in the beginning, because I think that requires a bookbinder, and I think bookbinder, binder, I believe that requires, yeah, string and paper, neither of which I have yet. But I can make myself a crafting table. I'll do that up to a crafting station, so that's one of my things done. There it is. Right, we need to make oak barrels, but first off we need to make a crook. So the crook allows you to get more saplings out of a tree than you might do ordinarily, which is going to be very useful later on. I wish I'd got an axe. Oh well, never mind. And I will show you what we're going to do with the barrels in a second. Actually, let me just see. What do I need to make a barrel? Oak barrel. Ah, I can actually do that reasonably easily. Right, so barrel, that makes slabs, and then what's it? Slab at the bottom. Need more oak. Right, that should be enough. And that makes us a barrel. So, two things that can be done with barrels. First is that they act as a source of collecting water. It rains, barrels fill up, and you get water that you can then use to make clay or whatever. The other use for it is to make compost, because as you see, we don't have any dirt, we don't have any ways of making materials at the moment. So the barrels will be used to compost sort of living things like saplings and apples and wheat later on, and that will make dirt, and then we can use that dirt to then start making other things as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do some stuff off camera, plant some trees, get that going, get some more barrels up, and just make these last few little bits that I need for that quest, and then we can get back to then I'll we'll pop back in a second. So yeah, see you in a sec. Okay, so we have made all of our items, and I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, but anyway. And I've got to pick one of these. I could either pick the Pan of Destiny or the Axe of Despair. Now, while I would love to have something that's quick to cut trees down, the Pan of Destiny is probably the better option, because then I can cook up silkworms. And that would also give me apples and reward bags and all kinds of fun things. So this gives you a quarter of a heart. Combine that with other half hearts or quarter of hearts or 3/4 of hearts to get a whole heart so that you can eat it. And I'm gonna just stop. I've also made some string. And now you make string by infesting an oak tree with a silkworm. The leaves turn white, and then you just break them and you get string. And the crook, you can just use it to break leaves, and it gives you a much greater chance of dropping a sapling, which is useful. Right, so next on my list, I will do this one, I think. This will give me... yeah, I think that this one would be a good one to do. Especially as I think I can do the fishing rod now. Oh, not quite. Having a fishing rod will be actually very useful, because fish is a reasonable good source of food. So I can just do that. Right, but for now, so yeah, I'm just gonna see what else I can make. Actually, I can probably make the bed, even. Yeah. Get some more wood. There we go. And so that's the bed done. Don't know quite where. I've sort of started building this house here, but for now I'll just put the bed here. Right, what's next? Oh, I didn't open my bag. Right, basic reward bag. Let's see what we get. Fishing rod. This isn't exactly a fishing rod. Let me show you what this is. Run away, run away, run away. It does give you fish. And that would be useful, because I think there's a quest that I need to hand in a fish. So I'll keep hold of that one. Oh yeah, the next one. And then we just need to make an oak sieve and a wooden hammer. Now the wooden hammer is used to break gravel or sand or dust, and that will give items. Wait, no, sorry. The hammer is used to break cobble to make gravel, gravel to make sand, and sand to make dust. It's then put through the sieve to make items. And sieve. I need 2 of them. Right. So let me infest a tree. Where's the leaves gone? So as you can see, the leaves are slightly lighter shade of green, and over some time those will turn white. I'm going to eat something now so I don't get too hungry. Yeah, that'll do. Right, well, I don't think there's anything else I can make. Not yet, but soon. I don't even think there's anything in here I can do yet. That needs iron, I believe. Yeah. Right. There's nothing much more I can do at the moment. I've just kind of got to wait for that tree to fully infest itself. I will just kind of continue to get wood now and build up my house. So, you know, I will see you in a second. So, right. I am currently in the process of building where's my slabs? A special furnace. It's like a slab furnace. You only need 6 slabs to make it, but of course the big problem is we're on a sky world. There's no way of mining anything. But no fear, we have the oak sieve. Simply compost saplings in a composter, and slowly it will turn into dirt. There we go. Then we take our dirt and we take it over to the oak sieve, and we right click and we sieve it. We get out of it these little stone things. They're called stones, and it's from ex nihilo. It's Latin. Anyway, basically it means from nothing. And then you take your stone and you turn it into cobblestone. Now, cobblestone can be used for a variety of things. The thing we're going to be mainly using it for is to create light. So to create charcoal, to create torches, to create light, so that mobs don't spawn in here, because that would be quite bad if that happened. The other thing we're going to be using it for is to make ores later on down the line. We can pound this into gravel, into sand, and into dust. And then from that we can sieve those components through the sieve to get dusts and ores and seeds and all kinds of very useful things. So that's what I'm currently doing at the moment. I'm just using the crook, which I need to make a new one of every so often because it breaks. Actually, I'm just going to make a bunch of them. Let's make 4 of them. So I'm using the crook to get rid of all of the leaves. I'm then using the resultant saplings, and I'm putting them into the composter to make dirt. The other thing that I'm using dirt for is up here. I'm making a roof garden. So very much like how I did my roof garden on the... actually, I don't think I ever showed you any of that. Basically, on FTB Worlds, I built a couple of roof gardens, one for wheat and one for just general things, and it's something that worked so well in that sort of environment. I think I'm going to emulate it here. So I'm going to have a roof garden up here for various useful things. So I've got carrots and I've got wheat growing. So that's going to be all good. Which basically I need food quite desperately. maybe next episode we'll actually start working on getting some proper food sorted out. I've also done a few quests. Where's my book? I also made a bookshelf so that I didn't have all these books lying around. Let me see. Yeah, so I handed in fishing trip and smooth the silk. I got a few useful things out of it. I got carrot seeds, that's where the carrots came from. And fishing trip, which was to hand in that raw fish that I got when I threw that fishing rod into the pool. I think next, I think I might start having a look at this, but I need it to rain before I do that. Fungus Among Us could be a good one to do, and Be Resourceful would probably be the next one to concentrate on once I get my my first furnace up and running. Which for that I need more wood. Well, I need more of the more stuff to compost. So I think next episode I'm going to look at getting more food, because I really don't have enough at the moment, and also getting a mob grinder set up. It won't be a particularly good mob grinder first off, but it will mean that I'll be able to get some like rotten flesh coming down, which is very good for composting, because you get so much of it from a good mob grinder, and so you know, I'll get quite a lot of dirt from rotten flesh. Something I don't think I mentioned. So everything that I put into compost, it kind of has different. You need different amounts. So for saplings, you only need 8 saplings to make dirt, whereas with rotten flesh, you do need 10. And then things like wheat, you need, I think string, you need something like 20 or something. I can't remember what the exact amounts are, but sort of depending on the item that you are composting, you will need a different amount to actually create dirt from it. Now I do need to see. Oh yeah, and I got this bag which gave me some grass, some cobwebs, some flowers, and ferns, and dead bush. They're going to be really useful later on. That's something I found in my main world, was that I couldn't get flowers because you put bone meal down on grass and you just get loads of things from all different mods, but you'd hardly ever get flowers. So yeah, they're going to be really useful when we start bees. But for now, I am going to do this, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to make some slab. Make a slab furnace. And then I will put this down somewhere interesting. Let's put it down on top of there. So with the furnace, you take your logs, which I think I've got some there, take some wood, and then it's exactly the same way as you just put your stuff in there, put stuff in there, and then it makes the charcoal. So, God, I am starting to suffer from the effects of starvation, so I'm going to also cook up some silkworms. Other than that, I don't think I've got any food, so my FOV has narrowed. I am now starving. That's helped it a bit. I do need to get some more. I'll tell you what I can do. I think I can probably just encourage this to. This is another good thing about the hunger overhaul. To harvest your crops, you just right click on them, and then you harvest them, and it automatically plants it again, which is kind of neat. I'm going to turn this bread into toast. I'm going to keep that silkworm and turn that into toast instead. Right, and our charcoal should be ready. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do that and do that. making 16 torches, just light this area up a bit. And down there, maybe one down there as well. Just generally, oh yes, and up here. Right, that's all that I'm going to do for today. Oh, I've got some melon seeds from somewhere. And I've got some more normal seeds. They're going to be all really useful. So, for now, I will say thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.